Hi, it's Corrine. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm sharing a little do-it-yourself Easter basket, which was so fun to make. I am using the Gnome Spring Collection by Nitwit Collections, and I'll be sure to link this down in the description box. They also have an adorable knick-knack collection that you can make a 3D card out of with an envelope. So I'll link that as well in case you're interested. I need to make one of those myself. So I'm starting out, this is a template that I'm using to show you how I made, you can use this box for pretty much anything. This is going to be the base of my Easter box. So I cut two pieces to 5.5 by 8. I am scoring them at 1/2 inch, 6 inches. I'm rotating it one time and scoring it at 3.5. So again, 1/2 inch, 6 inches, turn it and score it 3.5. This is going to give me the base for my Easter basket. You could make this in all different sizes for whatever your needs are or whatever you're making. And I do like to take off another little strip off both sides. So again, there's two pieces. I take a small strip off the bottom of both, and then I take a small strip on the right side of one of the pieces and the left side of the other piece. So again, I take just the tiniest, maybe it's like 1/8 inch strip off of the tab part that we scored at 1/2 inch, and then the other piece I take it off the right hand side, which is going to be the opposite of the tab. This is not necessary, but I find that it folds a little bit easier. So on the tab piece where we scored at 1/2 inch, you want to take off that bottom piece. We are cutting up to the score line, the 3.5 inch score line that we did on the bottom, and we did miter it slightly. And now we're going to cut this piece. This is going to be a tab to glue the bottom of our box together. So I turned it to the back side because I could see it a little bit better. And I'm going to just cut up to that score line, trying not to go over the score line, and just doing a little bit of a V cut, because that's going to, again, eliminate bulk when we put our box together. You want to do this for both pieces. So again, the bottom of the box, we're going to slightly miter it. And same with this piece here, we're going to go to the left side of the score line. We're just taking out a little bit of extra bulk when putting this box together. And you could do this for Valentine's, you could do this for little Christmas. Anytime you want to give a treat, you can make a box for a cupcake. And Nitwit Collections has a cute cupcake collection of papers as well. So now we have our two matching pieces. I'm going to fold over on all the score lines just so I can see them very well, and then when we put the box together, it'll fold nicely. It is best to take your bone folder and really crease that down to give you some nice score lines. Again, this is just my template. I was deciding on what size box I wanted, and this was just my practice piece essentially. So now we're going to adhere them together. You want to put that flat piece against that tab piece, and you want to add your glue to the outside of the tab and these little fold up tabs as well. Usually I like to use just wet glue here. That way it gives you time to kind of line it up and press it down together. Once you fold over or glue down that tab to your other piece, check it on the back and make sure that it's going to fold nicely, that it's lined up nicely. You can use double-sided tape. I just think wet glue is good because it gives you a little chance to let it dry and move into place. But like I said, this is just my practice piece. So again, add glue to the back side of that tab. You could glue it the other way, but then you're going to see the seams on the outside of the box. I wanted to put the seams to the inside of the box. I'm adding some glue to those little tab pieces. Now take that 1/2 inch tab that's on the right, and we're going to fold it over to the box. line it up. We're going to then glue those 2 tab pieces. Once those are glued in place, we need to add a little more glue to the bottom of the box to hold it all together. So the size you want to cut your paper to and the size you want to do your score lines is going to determine the size of your finished box. I just needed a small Easter basket. I wanted a small Easter basket for my son, who is an adult, but I still like to do things for him for all holidays. So I just wanted something small that would hold a gift card, and he's not big on candy. He likes just a little bit of candy, so I just needed a small box to give him a little bit of candy and give him a gift card. So here's my finished box. Again, this was my practice piece, so now I was happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and use my pattern paper from Nitwit Collections. So I did double side the paper, just put it in my printer, printed it out, flipped it over, printed it out. And I'm using this beautiful polka dot paper and quickly going through it. As you can see, I'm using double-sided tape and wet adhesive. That's being that this is my actual project, I like to do it this way. Going through the process again, I'm adding glue to the entire back of the tab so I know it holds well together. And I love that their collections all match together. I did use my Silhouette Cameo not for the box, but for the embellishments of the box, which we'll get to in just a moment. So once I've adhered those tabs down, I'm going back and adding glue to the very bottom and pressing that down with my bone folder, giving that a few minutes to dry. I like to just kind of go back over all the creases, make sure that I have some nice crease lines. So as you can see, you could use this for a lot of different things. I went ahead and used a scallop border that I had from my Silhouette Cameo, added this pattern paper that is in the collection, so it all matches beautifully. And I just cut them to 5.5. I cut the side pieces to 2 inches and adhered them on. You could do one long piece if you wanted and wrap it around, but I thought it would be easier to just glue on the sizes needed. So I went ahead and printed out another piece because I decided to add a little handle, and that's again what I like about digital collections. You can print it out as many times as you want. For digital prints, I like to use an Epson printer and Epson paper. I cut out 2 pieces that are 3/4 inch each because I thought about using 2 handles, but in the end I decided to just do 1 handle. And look at this adorable little gnome that he came together just like this in the collection. I didn't have to do anything to that. I was able to print and cut that out. I went ahead and added my handle just because I was excited about checking it out. Really, I think you should wait till the very end to add your handle, but it was simple either way. So I'm gluing that down, giving that a little time to dry by putting some reverse tweezers. In the meantime, I did print out another piece that matches the paper collection to glue it to the back of my gnome. That way when you look at the back of the basket, it looks finished, which you could just leave it white, but I just wanted it to kind of blend in with the basket. So I adhered that down. And I did do 2 layers of that, so it's a little bit thicker. And now I have this little piece here. Again, this little digital stamp, Somebody Loves You. I added that to a piece of pattern paper that coordinated and print and cut that out. And that's going to hold my gift card perfectly for the back of the album. I will just add glue to the sides and the bottom in order to tuck in the gift card for my son. He loves canes, so I always get him a Cane's gift card. I decided to add this adorable little bunny. So again, I did double him as well, just to give it a little stability because the Epson paper is not very thick, so I like to add stability to him. And that's what I did with all those little pieces over there, the carrots, the little eggs, all of that comes in the collection. And I sized them to what I thought would look good with the basket. Once I kind of laid everything out, I went ahead and glued it down. That little gnome is so cute. I did add, so that other piece there, the little arrow, it says carrots. I did 3 layers of that to give it a little bit of dimension. And all of these pieces, like this one here I'm showing you, I backed them so no matter, they were printed on both sides. This little carrot piece has like a little bit of a chipboard feel because I did 3 layers and glued it onto the front. I wanted that little bit of, that you could feel that dimension. And being that I was adding carrots to the basket, I went ahead and glued a couple of the carrots to the basket itself, a couple of the eggs as well. And then I also, in the finished product, just tucked in a couple of the carrots. I was able to write a little message to my son, wishing him a happy Easter. And again, even being a grown adult, I will always do little gifts like this for him. And that's one of the many reasons I like using digital collections for little gift items like this during, whether it's Christmas time, Valentine's, or Easter, is I just needed a little basket. Let him know I was thinking of him, something to wish him a happy Easter, and a great way to give him a gift card. So I'm adding a little bit of that. It was like 56 cents at Walmart, that little grass. I love that. It's kind of like paper grass. You could also shred up your own paper and do it that way if you would prefer. But I thought it was just easy to do it this way. Tucked in a few of those little eggs, some of the carrots, and then I decided I wanted to add some of the candies to the bottom of it. So again, if you did your handle later, it might be a little easier, but I found it was easy enough. I'm adding his favorite chocolates, some delicious jelly beans. I'll tuck back in that grass and then tuck in a few here and there. And this was a super quick project. This came together very quick, and I do plan on doing another one, a much larger one for a young nephew of mine. So I hope this gave you a good idea and you enjoyed the process. I will link to Nitwit collections in the description box, and you can check out their many gorgeous collections. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. I hope you consider subscribing to my channel and giving this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and happy Easter to you.